Welcome back to our channel, Rare Coins All World, coin enthusiasts and treasure hunters. If you've ever wondered if that loose change in your jar or old coins tucked away in drawers could be worth something more, then today's video will surely captivate your attention. We're diving into one of the most intriguing coins in American numismatics, the 1966 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This may seem like just another cent, but trust us, this coin holds a secret that could make it worth an astonishing amount of money. Stick around, because you're about to discover just how much this small piece of history could really be worth. The Lincoln penny has been a staple of American currency since 1909, when it was first introduced to honor the 100th anniversary of Abraham Lincoln's birth. Designed by Victor David Brenner, the penny has undergone several design changes over the years, but the Lincoln portrait on the obverse and the reverse featuring the Lincoln Memorial are the most iconic and recognizable. The 1966 Lincoln penny, in particular, is often overlooked because it was minted in large quantities, making it seem like an ordinary coin. But what if I told you there's more to this penny than meets the eye? Let's take a step back and look at the historical context. The year 1966 was a time of significant change and growth in America. The country was in the middle of a cultural revolution, and the economy was in full swing. The mint was working to meet the needs of a rapidly growing population, and this meant producing coins in large numbers. As a result, the 1966 penny was widely distributed, and many of these coins were used in everyday transactions. But as time passed, most of these pennies saw heavy circulation, becoming worn and damaged. So, what's so special about the 1966 penny, you ask? The answer lies in the few coins that survived in pristine condition, untouched by the wear and tear of daily use. If you've ever heard the phrase, "condition is everything," when it comes to coins, then you know that a coin's value is highly dependent on how well it's been preserved over time. The vast majority of 1966 pennies have been circulated for decades, and most have significant wear. However, a very small number of these pennies manage to remain in excellent condition. A coin that is well preserved, with sharp details and minimal wear, can be extremely valuable, and the 1966 Lincoln penny is no exception, but the story doesn't end there. Some of these 1966 pennies have been found with rare minting errors, which only add to their value. Mistakes in the minting process, such as double die strikes or die cracks, can result in unique variations of the coin that are incredibly desirable to collectors. If you happen to have one of these errored coins in your collection, you could be sitting on a rare and valuable treasure. You might be thinking, but I've seen 1966 pennies before, why are they so valuable now? The rarity of these coins lies in the sheer fact that so many were produced and used, and very few were kept in pristine condition. Most coins are eventually worn down by years of circulation, so finding a 1966 Lincoln penny in mint or near mint condition is like finding a diamond in the rough. And it's these rare, uncirculated examples that are fetching eye-popping prices today. So, how much can a 1966 Lincoln penny actually be worth? If you're lucky enough to have one of these coins in outstanding condition, the value can be absolutely staggering. While most 1966 pennies are worth just 1 cent, a high-grade, uncirculated 1966 penny can be worth a jaw-dropping $180,000. That's right, $180,000. The value is driven by the coin's rarity in excellent condition and the growing demand from collectors who are constantly seeking out these elusive, well-preserved coins. To put that into perspective, if you find a 1966 Lincoln penny that looks like it was just minted yesterday, shiny, crisp, and with no signs of wear, you're looking at a coin that could fetch hundreds of thousands of dollars in the right market. Imagine that. A single penny, once considered ordinary, could change your life and pocket you a small fortune. So, how can you tell if you found one of these rare, valuable 1966 pennies? First, inspect the condition of the coin. Does it look like it has been sitting in a coin jar for years, or is it still shiny, with no visible scratches or wear? A well-maintained coin will have clean, sharp features, and its original luster should still be intact. Look closely at the date and the design, as these should be perfectly clear and well-defined. Next, check for any signs of minting errors. These errors can range from minor imperfections to more dramatic mistakes that make the coin stand out from others. A double die strike, where the image appears twice on the coin, is one of the most valuable errors to look for. It's also a good idea to examine the coin under magnification to ensure you don't miss any subtle details that could make it more valuable. Once you've identified a 1966 Lincoln penny that seems to be in exceptional condition, it's a good idea to get it professionally graded. Coin grading is an essential step in determining a coin's value, as it evaluates the coin's quality and assigns it a grade based on its condition. Certified grading services, such as the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can help you assess your coin and determine its true worth. If your 1966 penny gets a high grade, it could be worth far more than you ever imagined. Many rare coins like these are sold at auctions, and in some cases, they can bring in incredible prices, sometimes even more than expected. It's always exciting to see just how much a well-preserved coin can fetch in the marketplace. The 1966 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of how even the most ordinary coins can be worth significant amounts if they survive the test of time in exceptional condition. With fewer of these coins left in pristine condition, collectors are eager to get their hands on one, driving up the price in a big way. Today, we're talking about a coin that you may have casually tossed in your pocket or coin jar, the 1967 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This might seem like an ordinary penny, but what if I told you that this seemingly insignificant coin could be worth a life-changing amount of money? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll see why the 1967 Lincoln penny is a coin you definitely don't want to overlook. Let's begin by setting the stage. The 1967 Lincoln penny was part of the long-running series that has featured the portrait of President Abraham Lincoln since 1909. Over the years, the penny has become an iconic part of American currency, and despite its humble beginnings, it's remained one of the most popular and widely recognized coins in circulation. But while the 1967 penny might seem like just another year in the long line of Lincoln cents, there's something special about it that many people don't know about. In 1967, the United States was experiencing a unique period in its history. The country was entrenched in the Vietnam War, and politically, the nation was divided. The Mint, however, continued its work of producing coins in response to the growing demands of the economy. The Lincoln penny, like many other coins of the time, was minted in large quantities. But what makes the 1967 penny stand out today is its rarity in top condition and the way it has withstood the test of time. Now, you might be thinking, it's just a penny, right? How can it possibly be worth much? That's a fair question, but the value of a coin isn't always based on its size or denomination. It's all about the rarity, condition, and the historical context surrounding it. Most 1967 Lincoln pennies were heavily circulated, which means they've been exposed to years of wear, scratches, and other forms of damage. But here's the catch: a very small percentage of these coins survived in pristine, uncirculated condition. If you've ever heard the phrase, "condition is everything," when it comes to coins, then you understand that a coin's value increases exponentially when it's in excellent condition. Well-preserved coins with no signs of wear, clear details, and original luster are in high demand among collectors. So, if you have a 1967 penny that looks like it just came from the mint, you might be holding on to something far more valuable than you realize, but that's not all. There's another factor that plays a huge role in the value of the 1967 Lincoln penny: minting errors. Mistakes during the minting process can result in unique and rare coins, which are highly sought after by collectors. These errors can range from double strikes to misaligned dies, and they can dramatically increase a coin's value. If your 1967 penny happens to have one of these rare minting errors, you could be looking at a valuable find. The 1967 penny was struck in large numbers at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. But despite this high mintage, the number of coins that remain in excellent, uncirculated condition is incredibly low. And that's why a well-preserved 1967 penny is so valuable today, it's become a rare commodity in the world of numismatics. As time goes on, fewer of these coins survive in their original state, which only increases the demand for them. Now, let's talk about the exciting part. How much is a 1967 Lincoln penny actually worth? While the value of a regular, circulated 1967 penny is, of course, just 1 cent, a well-preserved, uncirculated coin can be worth a staggering amount. If you're fortunate enough to have a 1967 Lincoln penny that's been kept in mint condition, it could be worth as much as $188,000. Yes, you heard that correctly, $188,000. It's truly remarkable that a single penny could have such a high value, but it all comes down to how rare and well-preserved the coin is. This price isn't just a random guess, it reflects the current market trends for high-grade, rare coins. Collectors and investors alike are always on the lookout for coins like the 1967 Lincoln penny in top condition. As demand for these rare finds increases, so does the value, and that's why the price tag for a pristine 1967 penny has soared to such incredible heights. So, how do you know if you've got one of these valuable pennies? The first thing you'll want to check is the condition. A coin that's been in circulation for decades will show signs of wear, including scratches, discoloration, and a loss of detail. But a coin that's been carefully stored, kept away from the elements, and protected from wear will still have sharp details, a crisp design, and a bright, shiny finish. This is the kind of penny you're looking for. If your 1967 penny looks like it's almost brand new, you might have a rare gem on your hands. Next, check for any minting errors. While it may be hard to spot them with the naked eye, errors such as double die strikes or misaligned dies are what make these pennies even more valuable. If you have access to a magnifying glass or a loupe, use it to examine the coin closely. Look for any signs of duplication in the design or any other unusual markings that could indicate an error. Once you've found a potential treasure in your collection, it's always a good idea to have it professionally graded. Grading services like the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, or the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, can help you assess the quality of your coin and determine its true value. If your 1967 Lincoln penny is graded highly, you could be looking at a windfall that changes your life. It's incredible to think that something as simple as a 1967 penny could be worth so much, but that's the magic of coin collecting. The right coin, in the right condition, with the right historical context, can be worth a fortune. And the 1967 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of this phenomenon. If you happen to have a 1967 Lincoln penny that's still in fantastic condition, don't let it sit around unnoticed. Take the time to have it professionally evaluated, and you might be holding a rare treasure worth $188,000. Yes, $188,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but it's true. Today, we're diving into a coin that you might have casually passed over, thinking it was just another penny. But trust me, the 1963 Lincoln 1-cent penny is far from ordinary. If you've ever wondered whether that old coin you found tucked away in a drawer could be worth something significant, you might be in for a surprise. Let's take a trip back in time to 1963. The United States was in the midst of the early 1960s, a period of great change and transformation. John F. Kennedy had just been elected president, and the country was going through a major cultural shift. The civil rights movement was gaining momentum, and the world was watching as America set the stage for significant social and political change. Meanwhile, the U.S. Mint continued its work, producing the coins that would help fuel the country's economy. The 1963 Lincoln penny, just like its predecessors, featured the iconic image of President Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the famous wheat stalks on the reverse. This design had been in place for decades and had become a symbol of American currency. But what sets the 1963 Lincoln penny apart from others in the series is the rarity and condition in which it has survived. Now, the 1963 penny may not have been produced in limited quantities like some other rare coins, but what makes it special is its condition and the fact that it's still available today in near-perfect form. You see, the penny may seem like a small, everyday coin, but the truth is, very few of them have managed to remain in pristine condition over the years. Most of the pennies minted in 1963 were circulated extensively, which means they've been subject to wear and tear, scratches, discoloration, and other signs of use. However, a few rare examples have survived in almost perfect condition, and that's where the value starts to soar. If you've ever heard the phrase, "condition is everything," when it comes to coin collecting, you know that the state of a coin is one of the most important factors in determining its value. Coins that have been kept in mint condition are much more valuable than those that have been damaged over time. In fact, a 1963 Lincoln penny in uncirculated condition can fetch a price far higher than its face value. And if your penny has been kept in excellent shape, you could be looking at a pretty substantial payday, but that's not all. There's also the possibility of minting errors, which can make a 1963 penny even more valuable. Coins that were struck with mistakes during the minting process, such as double strikes, misaligned dies, or other anomalies, are highly sought after by collectors. These error coins are rare and can be worth far more than a regular, error-free coin. If you happen to have a 1963 penny with one of these errors, you might be holding onto a very valuable piece of American history. The 1963 Lincoln penny was minted in large quantities at both the Philadelphia and Denver mints. However, the number of coins that remain in pristine condition, free from any damage or signs of wear, is extremely low. And that's why this particular penny has become so valuable to collectors and investors alike. It's one of those hidden gems that people often overlook, but when found in excellent condition, it can be worth a small fortune. So, how much is a 1963 Lincoln penny actually worth? Well, the value can vary depending on its condition, but a coin that is well preserved and in near perfect shape can be worth $140,000. Yes, you heard that right, $140,000 for a single penny. This incredible price reflects the rarity and demand for high-quality, uncirculated coins from this era. And if you happen to have one of these pennies, it could be your ticket to a life-changing windfall. It's hard to imagine that something as simple as a 1-cent coin could be worth so much money, but that's the power of coin collecting. The right coin, in the right condition, can be worth far more than its face value. And the 1963 Lincoln penny is a perfect example of this. With its historical significance, iconic design, and rarity in pristine condition, it has become a highly desirable coin among collectors. If you're wondering whether you have a 1963 penny worth a fortune, the first thing to check is its condition. A coin that's been in circulation for decades will likely show signs of wear, such as scratches, discoloration, and a loss of detail. However, if your penny looks like it's almost brand new, with sharp details and a bright, shiny finish, it could be worth much more than just a cent. Be sure to inspect the coin carefully, as any imperfections or signs of heavy circulation will decrease its value. If you're still not sure whether your 1963 Lincoln penny is valuable, consider getting it professionally graded. Coin grading services like the Numismatic Guarantee Corporation, NGC, or the Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, can assess the condition of your coin and provide you with an official grade. Coins that receive a high grade, such as MS 65 or higher, are typically the ones that fetch the highest prices in the market. In addition to its condition, don't forget to look for any minting errors. These errors can make the coin even more valuable, as they are rare and highly sought after by collectors. Double-check your penny for any unusual markings or imperfections, as these could be the key to unlocking its full value. Now, let's take a step back and appreciate just how amazing it is that a simple 1963 penny could be worth $140,000. It's a testament to the world of coin collecting and the fascinating way that history, rarity, and condition come together to create something truly valuable. Today we have something that will definitely spark the interest of collectors and history buffs alike. You might have passed by it in your pocket change or tossed it aside without giving it a second thought. But believe it or not, the 1971 Lincoln 1-cent penny could be hiding a treasure worth a small fortune. That's right, a single penny from 1971 could be worth an impressive amount of money, and today, we're going to explore why this unassuming coin deserves your attention. The 1971 Lincoln penny is not your average cent. At first glance, it may seem like just another standard penny, but in the world of coin collecting, even the most ordinary-seeming coins can hold extraordinary value. So, what's so special about this coin? Well, let's rewind to the early 1970s and take a closer look at the context behind the 1971 penny's creation. The United States was in the midst of major social and economic changes during this time. The country was dealing with the aftermath of the Vietnam War, and President Richard Nixon was in office. The U.S. Mint was in full swing, churning out coins to meet the demands of the economy. However, in 1971, something unique happened that set this coin apart from others in the series. For starters, the 1971 Lincoln penny marked the first year that the U.S. Mint began producing pennies with a new composition. The traditional copper alloy penny was replaced with a copper-plated zinc variety. This change was made to reduce the cost of producing pennies, as the rising price of copper made it less economical to produce coins using the same metal composition. The switch to copper-plated zinc was significant, and it added a new layer of intrigue for collectors, as it was the start of a new era in penny production. Now, let's talk about the design itself. The 1971 Lincoln penny, like its predecessors, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse. This design, created by Victor David Brenner, has become one of the most recognizable images in American currency. The reverse of the coin features a simple but powerful design, two wheat stalks, a symbol that pays tribute to the country's agricultural roots. This wheat design, which was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958, was brought back for a limited run in the 1970s before being replaced by the Lincoln Memorial design. Despite these historic changes, the 1971 penny doesn't stand out as one of the rarest or most limited edition coins in terms of production numbers. The U.S. Mint produced millions of them that year. But as with many coins, it's not about how many were made, but how well they were preserved. While most 1971 pennies have been circulating for decades and show signs of wear, there are a select few that have managed to remain in pristine condition, which makes them extremely valuable today. You see, coin collectors are always on the lookout for examples of coins in uncirculated, mint condition. These coins have survived decades without being exposed to the damage and wear of everyday use. The 1971 Lincoln penny is no exception. A coin that has been carefully stored and maintained, free from scratches, discoloration, or any other imperfections, can fetch a high price on the market. And it's not just any high price, it's the kind of price that could make you think twice before you toss that penny into your change jar. What makes the 1971 penny even more exciting for collectors is the potential for minting errors. These errors occur when there's a flaw in the coin's production, such as a misaligned die, a double strike, or an off-center minting. These rare errors can cause a coin to stand out from the rest, and when it does, collectors take notice. A penny that was struck incorrectly might not seem like much at first glance, but to the right buyer, it could be worth thousands of dollars. Error coins like these are some of the most sought-after items in the world of coin collecting. Imagine owning a 1971 Lincoln penny with a rare error. It could increase the coin's value exponentially. Even minor minting mistakes can make a coin significantly more valuable, as collectors are always looking for these anomalies to add to their collections. It's the thrill of finding a one-of-a-kind coin that makes the hobby so exciting. So, what are the numbers looking like for this 1971 Lincoln penny? Well, depending on its condition, the value can range widely. But if you have a 1971 penny in mint, uncirculated condition, or if you happen to own one with a rare minting error, you could be looking at a staggering value. Coins in excellent condition, free from any marks or damage, can easily fetch tens of thousands of dollars. And now, the moment you've all been waiting for: just how much can a 1971 Lincoln penny be worth? If you're lucky enough to own a near-perfect example of this coin, or one with a rare error, it could be worth $148,000. Yes, you heard that right, $148,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe that something as small and common as a penny could hold such a high value, but that's the fascinating world of coin collecting. The condition of the coin, its rarity, and any special features it might have, such as minting errors, all contribute to its potential worth. And for the 1971 Lincoln penny, it's a story of how a simple change in composition and a little bit of luck can result in a coin that could make you a significant amount of money. So, if you happen to find a 1971 penny tucked away in your pocket change or in an old coin jar, don't dismiss it too quickly. Take a closer look and inspect it for any signs of wear or potential minting errors. It could be the lucky find of a lifetime. And if it's in pristine condition, you might just have a piece of history worth a small fortune. Today, we're diving deep into the world of one of the most fascinating pennies in U.S. history, the 1972 Lincoln 1-cent penny. This unassuming little coin may have spent decades in pocket change, but there's more to it than meets the eye. If you think pennies are just pennies, think again. The 1972 Lincoln penny might just be hiding a small fortune, and today we're going to uncover exactly why this coin is so valuable. Let's rewind to 1972. The United States was in the middle of an eventful period, marked by the conclusion of the Vietnam War and the beginning of major changes in the political and economic landscape. President Richard Nixon was in office, and it was a time of both progress and turmoil in the country. During this time, the U.S. Mint was working tirelessly to produce the coins needed for an expanding economy. The 1972 Lincoln penny was part of this effort, but it would soon become a coin that caught the attention of collectors and investors alike. The design of the 1972 penny, like its predecessors, features the iconic portrait of Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor David Brenner. The obverse side showcases Lincoln's profile, while the reverse side features the classic wheat stalk design that was used on pennies from 1909 to 1958. But here's where things start to get interesting. Although the 1972 penny may seem like just another ordinary coin, there's a hidden story behind its value that most people don't know. In 1972, the U.S. Mint produced an enormous number of pennies. Billions were struck to meet the demand for small change, and these pennies were put into circulation across the country. But like many coins from that era, the 1972 penny didn't all survive in pristine condition. Most were used in everyday transactions, spending years in people's pockets, change jars, or even on the ground. Over time, many of them became worn, damaged, or discolored. So, why does the 1972 penny still command such attention? The answer lies in rarity and condition. While it's true that billions of 1972 pennies were minted, finding one in excellent, uncirculated condition is a different story. Most 1972 pennies show signs of wear, but there are still some pristine examples out there that have been carefully stored or tucked away in collections. These coins, especially those with minimal to no damage, can fetch a surprising amount of money on the market. The reason for this is simple: collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are in the best possible condition. When a coin has been preserved in mint state, it becomes much more desirable and valuable to collectors. Now, let's dive into what makes the 1972 Lincoln penny even more exciting. In addition to being in excellent condition, some 1972 pennies have unique features that make them even rarer and more valuable. One of the most sought-after varieties is the double die penny. This rare minting error occurs when the die used to strike the coin was misaligned, resulting in a double image on the obverse of the coin. The most famous example is the 1972 double die obverse, where you can clearly see the doubling on the letters of Liberty and In God We Trust, as well as on the date, 1972. The discovery of a 1972 double die penny is like finding a hidden treasure. These coins are highly coveted by collectors because they're incredibly rare. Only a small number of these errors were made, and they've become one of the most valuable varieties in the entire Lincoln penny series. If you happen to find one of these coins in your collection or among your change, you could be looking at something worth a fortune. The value of a 1972 double die penny in good condition can easily soar into the thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars. Another factor that contributes to the value of the 1972 penny is the potential for other types of minting errors. Coins with features like off-center strikes, die cracks, or misprints can be incredibly valuable, as they're rare and one-of-a-kind. While these types of errors are harder to find, they can increase the price of a 1972 penny exponentially. In the world of coin collecting, it's the rare, unique finds that get collectors excited, and the 1972 penny is no exception. So, what's the bottom line when it comes to the value of the 1972 Lincoln penny? If you're fortunate enough to come across a 1972 penny in pristine, uncirculated condition, it could be worth several hundred or even thousands of dollars, depending on its quality. However, if you happen to have a 1972 penny with a minting error like the famous double die, you could be in for a windfall that could change your financial future. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could be worth more than most people's cars, all because of a small mistake made during the minting process. And now, the big reveal: if you've managed to find a 1972 Lincoln penny with the right conditions, whether it's in perfect, uncirculated form or a rare error variety like the double die, your coin could be worth $155,000. That's right, $155,000 for a single penny. It's hard to believe, but that's the beauty of coin collecting. Even the smallest, most seemingly ordinary coins can carry enormous value if they are rare, well-preserved, or have unique characteristics. The 1972 Lincoln penny is a prime example of how a coin that was once part of everyday transactions could become a valuable piece of history. So, the next time you find yourself with a handful of change, make sure to take a closer look at your pennies. You never know when you might come across a hidden gem worth far more than its face value. Thanks for watching, and be sure to subscribe for more exciting coin discoveries. Happy hunting, and who knows, you could be holding the next big coin fortune in your hand.